Hey YouTube, did I ever tell you guys how Cynthia and I met? No? We met at P-Flag Cabaret Night in 2005. We had both been encouraged to come and showcase our talents, and I was actually gonna chicken out that night. I wasn't gonna go. I had stage fright. I didn't want to play the piano. And my friend Lynette, my good friend Lynette, said, "No, you have to go. You have to go. I'm coming to pick you up." So she came and picked me up. And I got there early because I didn't even know what I wanted to play yet. So I had my books, like stacked my piano books on top of the piano. And while they were setting up all the tables and stuff and putting the food out and people were slowly starting to come in, I was tinkering around on the piano, trying to figure out what I was going to play for the talent show. So in walks a woman holding a guitar case, very butch, and she sits down on a bench and she pulls her guitar out and starts leaning over it, and she's tuning it. And I saw her almost immediately from across the room. I was sitting behind the piano, and I was like, I was really attracted to her, like, immediately. And she tells me that the same happened from her end, but she was too nervous to come up and talk to me. Anyway, interestingly enough, I had been working on my shyness problem. Yeah, can you believe that? Shyness, can you imagine? Beth, shy. You probably don't believe me. I was a very shy person. And again, my friend Lynette let me borrow this CD called The Fine Art of Small Talk. It's Deborah Fine, The Fine Art of Small Talk. And I had listened to that CD set, and I decided to use some of the tips that she gave. So I went up and introduced myself to Cynthia that night, when before I probably never would have. I would have been too nervous. So I introduced myself to her, and she was very friendly and warm and personable. And then I heard her play the guitar. She had written her own song, and she was up on stage playing a song that she had written and singing, and that's sexy. That is cool. So, oh, and then her second song, she sang Leaving on a Jet Plane, and everybody sang along with her, but most people don't know the actual words to the song. They only know the chorus, and I didn't know the words of the song either. Anyway, so we met that night, and the very first night we met, she learned that I like hot sauce. Really hot sauce. On my food sometimes. I'm a pepperhead. There was a prize table for the performers. Like, once we were finished performing, we could go pick a little prize off the table. And she got the hot sauce gift set because she noticed I was eyeballing it, and she gave it to me. So she gave me a gift. Like, we'd met like maybe 30 minutes before, and she's already like so nice and so generous. And then it was time to go home for the night. And my friend Lynette said, "Oh, I need to go home early. See if you can get a ride." Right? So I invited Cynthia to the Valentine's Day dance. That was going to be in 2 weeks, I think, or 3 weeks. And I mentioned that my ride wanted to go home, and she immediately said, "Oh, I'll give you a ride." She said, "Where do you live?" And I told her where I lived. And she was like, no. And it was confusing. I was like, well, yeah, that's where I live. And she's like, across from the hospital? And I was like, yeah, that's where I live. She goes, I live there too. What? I live there too. She lived in an apartment on the other side of our apartment complex, and we had never seen each other. And that was really trippy. But I'm really glad that I met her, because she is the love of my life. I'm missing her right now. She's at work. So, alright, I'll quit babbling.